Well, hello everybody. Gabriel Gudmundsson is a Leeds player. We've got the fourth player through the door, hopefully followed by Sean Longstaff, hopefully followed by Anton Stack. And let us know how you feel in the comment section below about this. I've just left the gym session and do you know what? You can see this bottle is full and I have bottled it. You know why? I just didn't fancy the gym session, just didn't fancy it. So a bit down on myself today, so feeling a bit sorry for myself. So I've decided to come out and record a video anyway. So I'm just getting these shades on. The sun is just blistering down on my head, on my unsweaty head, on my un-gym-like head. But yeah, Gudmundsson is the next signing for Leeds, the next one through the door. We expected it, we knew it was going to come. What can you expect from Gabby Gudmundsson? Some real build-up on the left-hand side, and I don't know if this was Leal's philosophy in... If we're being specific, he's not much of a deliverer. And what do you mean by that, Connor? Well, he's not going to get the ball out of his feet and just ping it into the area. And it's interesting, really, because when you're looking at Leeds United and you're looking at us putting the ball in to the pylons, the mountains that we have in the area, Longstaff arriving late, Stack maybe arriving late, Marquee maybe holding the ball up as well, you'd expect maybe that philosophy to be ingrained a little bit more into the left back that we signed, but it's not about that. It's about building up with that left winger and breaking the opposition down really methodically. When you look at Gabriel Gudmundsson's actual play, the build-up is very similar to that of we saw on the trio build-up when it came to Marcelo Bielsa with the likes of Luke Ayling and Helder Costa and Click. It would be a trio on one side of the pitch building and trying to break down the opposition and just finding those spaces instead of just getting the ball out of his feet and delivering. And that's exactly what Gudmundsson is. So he's not going to be the left back who really gets the ball out of his feet and delivers on a sixpence, which is interesting, really, really interesting when it comes to Leeds United, because that's kind of with the style that we're expecting, the style that we're anticipating we're going to be harnessing in the Premier League this season. You know, bullish, athletic, physicality, encompassing all of these traits. It doesn't feel like Leeds are going to be going down this route, especially with the left back anyway in question. So Gudmundsson comes in, and could there be a change in philosophy? Potentially. Could there be a bit of an instruction for Gabby to put the ball into the box immediately so Leeds can get up the pitch and get our technical players in and around the big men in the box, the boxes like potentially Gudmundsson and maybe Anton Stack if we're giving him encouragement to get into the box. If you maybe leave someone like Ampadu in a single pivot, potentially. And then obviously the players that we've got further forward. But what I do like about him is his willingness to get forward, his willingness to get into the box. He's one of the top league shot takers in the division, obviously. That's what I like. He's been playing at a very good Lille side, who you probably say, for argument's sake, Lille are one of the top 5 clubs, top 5-6 clubs in France. Reputation, stature-wise, I like that. I don't think the occasion at Leeds is going to override him. He's been a top-level player now. So I like it. It's a top 5 leaguer again, coming in, a top 5 league player. And I think it makes a lot of sense for Leeds United. I guess that was the only bit I was maybe a little bit confused by when it comes to the deliveries. It looks like it's a little bit more methodical when it's come to his build-up play. The duels, when you're looking at him, look to be pretty decent. The only thing maybe, which I'm questioning at all, is his pace. Sometimes he can be caught upfield a little bit. But once again, that is very dependent on the left winger you're getting. It's very dependent on the instructions to the left-sided midfielder. And it's also very dependent on the formation you're playing. So the combination play can sometimes catch him out, but it can with a heck of a lot of defenders. And when Lille... I think when I've watched a lot of Lille, there was a little bit more of a higher line. I think Gudmundsson was encouraged to get forward a little bit more than he potentially will have done, I should say, for Leeds United, which is something to take into context as well. If you are playing kind of low blocky Leeds United and we're not building up in possession in a 3-1-6, which is what we did last season, Gudmundsson hopefully won't get caught out at all, to be honest with you, and there'll be a lot more protection for him there. But I think it's a good start. I think... You know, with the video that I had, you know, that I made this morning and the reaction to it, it's been so interesting. I've been speaking to people on the Patreon chat. You can join the Patreon, everybody, link in the description below. We've got a very vivacious WhatsApp group in there and you can join that. We've got other bits coming on throughout the week, but people are encouraged by it, but I think many people are wondering what's next. And I think that's what it is right now. You look at from a Burnley standpoint, they might look at Kyle Walker and think that is a marquee signing. You might get Sunderland looking at Noah Siddiqui and Habib Diarra in particular and going, they are the marquee signings. And you know, them thinking to themselves, wow, these are two incredible signings that have come in. You know, Sunderland were not spending a lot of money on signings, let's be brutally honest. And now all of a sudden on two midfielders, they've spent the best part of altogether with add-ons, potentially 55 million quid. So that's what Premier League money does for you. But Leeds are going in a bit of a different way, I feel. You know, once again, it's building out from the back. There's not been that many high profiles that have come in. It feels like maybe the Premier League universe has taken note when we've gone for Sean Longstaff. There didn't seem to be any note taken when it comes to Gabriel and obviously Bornau and others. But it is because Longstaff is that Premier League player that's been there now for the best part of 5-6 years. For goodness sake, when we slapped him 5-2 when they were under Steve Bruce, Longstaff was playing in the Premier League. So that's how long he's been there. Longstaff in particular is an energetic player who I do believe is an upgrade on Gruev, but it's not one that's going to be a needle mover. It's going to be squad sustenance, squad depth. Leeds United now have to get to a stage where, you know, they're saving their money for big hitters. It's got to be big hitters now. You know, we've seen earlier on that Nick Pope has effectively said no to Leeds, according to Keith Downey. Keith Downey is a fantastic journalist when it comes to the North East. He wants to stay in the North East. So for me, I mean, Keith Downey saying that, it's very much like, right, okay. And he has got his finger on the Newcastle pulse as well. So I am a little bit like, when I see that, that could be slight problems in terms of Leeds being able to turn that around. I thought Pope would have been encouraged by the move. It doesn't feel like he wants to move now. He wants to play potentially second fiddle, which he will be playing at Newcastle. So fair enough, but Leeds have this shortlist again of Perry, Milinkovic-Savic. Napoli are still swirling around Milinkovic-Savic. They're looking at other goalkeepers as well. Rui Patricio is one that's come up for them as well. So potentially they'll go for Milinkovic-Savic. Potentially they'll go for Rui Patricio. It feels like the goalkeeper should really be a very simple task, but I don't know why it's becoming so complicated. Maybe it's obviously because Leeds are trying to get the best profile possible, and I understand that, but I think the goalkeeper saga, just because of Ilan Meslier and the caution and the worry that he causes, is naturally getting Leeds fans a little bit hot under the collar. But I do agree with many Leeds fans in the comment section, we need to start getting these needle movers in, of course, and it feels like the sustenance is building when it comes to the depth, and obviously you've now got two starters in Biol and Gudmundsson, it feels anyway. But you've got to go get another left back, in my opinion, to give him sustenance, because I don't know who now the left back cover is. Byram, they've announced him on a deal today, which is okay in terms of the homegrown stuff. And I don't know how many homegrown players Leeds have got at this moment in time. It feels like we've got a heck of a lot. Does Strout categorise as a homegrown player as well, because he's come through the academy? It's all a little bit vague. There is a lot. I mean, you're involved in the Metro in that, don't you, when it comes to a homegrown player as well? But it feels like we've got a heck of a lot. So I thought we'd already gone past that quota. But maybe, and that's maybe the question when it comes to Byram, is it just they've given him another deal because, you know, maybe a little bit of sentiment attached, and, you know, Byram's done it in the Premier League before to an extent? Or is it because of the homegrown thing? But when you actually look at the quota of the homegrown, Leeds, from my book, were way past that tally anyway. So overall, yes, Gudmundsson coming in, good. Feels like a signing that had to come in. Looks like he's going to be starting. A few questions maybe when it comes to how Leeds are going to be playing with Gudmundsson and the deliveries into the box, and maybe the combination play, which has sometimes caught him out this season, and that being heavily system reliant. But yeah, I like it. I don't mind him as a signing whatsoever. But yeah, the technical players, I agree with everybody. It feels like the money has to be saved, and the money now has to be splashed at some stage on your Rodrigo Munizes, your Stack. You know, I feel like a lot of Leeds fans are going to be very, 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 very encouraged when we see that type of profile come in, that type of player come in, because they are the needle movers. You know, your Longstaff is once again sustenance, as is your Bornau, as is your Nemechas, and Gudmundsson and Biol in particular was a fantastic signing. Gudmundsson, we're all kind of like, yeah, decent, but now I think we're all very aware that Leeds have got to start pressing on that ignition when it comes to these actual needle movers. So let me know what you think in the comment section below, everybody. Leeds signed Gudmundsson, the 4th of maybe 6 that come in this week, or the 5th and 6th come in this week. Let us know what you think in the comment section below. Like, comment, subscribe. See you in a bit.